Discovery.
Hello and welcome to Cutting to the Bull in a post-truth apocalypse. I'm Ben, and this week I'm hanging out with Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk about the Loveland Frogman. And I must admit, when you pitched this, Mike, I thought Loveland was some kind of weird amusement park.
It does sound like one of the DVDs from my dodgy collection.
Is that the one where you're they're on a desert island with all those naked Amazonian warriors?
Everyone's dressed up as frogs.
All right.
It's weird.
It's a bit of frogging, are you?
Yeah.
Is that where you fuck a stranger near a swamp?
Yeah.
Dressed as a frog.
I think we've just invented something new.
It gives a whole new meaning to toad licking.
Yay.
Anyway.
Yeah, the Loveland Frogman, we'll bring it to you in a few moments. We'll thank some new and returning listeners, and then we'll crack on with the main episode. Where shall I start on the list? Ashburn in the US, Frankfurt am Main in Germany. Look, Mike Derby!
Right.
I don't know if you heard Mike spitting then in the mention of Derby, but yeah, he doesn't like them very much. I don't know why.
Our mortal enemies.
No, yeah, but you might. What happened if you ever met a girl from Derby?
She's from Derby. She's probably mutated anyway. She's from Derby.
Well, one cool thing about Derby is they've got a street called Lara Croft Way.
Oh, right.
Because the company who invented Lara Croft and Tomb Raider are from Derby.
Nice.
Don't shoot the messenger, Mike.
Oh, I like that. That's an interesting fact. I've always been a big fan of Lara Croft.
Me too. I love polygon tits.
They got better as it went on. Dunakazi in Hungary, Council Bluffs in the US, Dublin, Ireland, Nassau in the Bahamas, St. Alban de St. Alban de in France. I don't really care how I pronounce it, it's French. My English mouth can't get rid of that. We call it St. Albert's. Union City and Ashburn in the US, Guadalajara, Spain, Modesto in the US. That sounds like a supervillain. Hastings in the UK, Nauvoo, Boonin in Holland. I don't know how to say that.
Evidently.
You know who you are. Alcalá de Henares in Spain. Alcalá de Henares in Spain. Birmingham in the UK. I got that one right. And Los Angeles in the US. Thanks for listening, especially the Birmingham ones. We're not far from you.
Los Angeles. A load of millionaire pedos listening to our podcast.
Or possibly the reptilians. Oh, don't you just isolated our Los Angeles listeners and now we'll never see them again.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
They won't be the first and they won't be the last.
I didn't make them join the cult.
Could not be someone in a cult.
Okay.
It's probably not someone famous.
It might be.
I very much doubt it. And if you are famous and you listen to our podcast, then why aren't you giving us shout outs on major media networks?
If you're a high-powered producer, I'll do anything to get in a movie, and I won't be on a TV show crying, me too.
No hashtag me too in your
No,
vocabulary, is there?
I'm old school. I understand how it used to work. On your knees, son.
I'll suck a dick for movie fame.
We're clipping that.
That's my new message tone. Oh dear.
Well, it's, each down to everyone nowadays, isn't it? It's the 21st century.
That's it.
It's how nobody in Hollywood got there without sacrifices. And I'm just saying to anyone listening, well, we know there's somebody in Los Angeles listening to us quite a lot. If the offer stands, like I say. Anyway, so what are we talking about today?
The Loveland Frogman.
I've never heard of this. This is brilliant.
The Loveland Frogman is a mysterious creature that has been reported to inhabit the marshes and rivers of Loveland, Ohio. God, it does sound like a theme park. Some say it is a humanoid frog that stands on 2 legs and has leathery skin, and others say it's a large iguana that has escaped from captivity and lost its tail.
Right, and it's just walking round upright.
Yes,
That's
apparently so,
That's
yeah.
terrifying. I would roundhouse kick it as hard as I possibly could, and then run for my life screaming.
Well, why you've already roundhouse kicked it?
If it'll get back up, I've just
Dropped the
stunned it.
elbow then, didn't you?
No, I just studied it, and I'm just going to escape back to the vehicle, safety in my vehicle. Then I'll run it over.
Right.
I think I'd die. I'd croak it on the spot.
I might just have a panic attack. I mean, I might just have a panic attack. A fucking giant iguana walking upright with no tail, just monging out.
I'm thinking of the bunny if I kill the frogman.
Well,
Or at least capture the frogman. I don't want to kill cryptids where I don't have to.
how tall is the frogman?
Yeah, they're 3 to 4 feet apparently.
That's a big fucking frog.
Yep.
It's a big fucking iguana.
Well, because if you look at the build of a frog, just a normal frog, they have got very long legs. If they learn how to balance, they probably could stand up. You know, they'd look a bit funny.
They would look. They have that little gut coming out.
I mean, that one there's a picture. What's this website that we're on?
NorthAmericanCryptids.com is where we're finding a chunk of our information today.
If you find that website, there's an amazing picture, artist's rendition. He looks really cool to me.
He looks like he's about to throw down with someone over protecting his swamp, doesn't he? He's like...
I wouldn't want to watch him eating his fucking dinner though. I bet that's fucking gross.
It's
I wonder
weird.
how long his tongue is.
Oh, I think Howell needs to come to this frog town.
Hey. Classic. Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, it's a great film.
Check out our
Well.
episode. It's a unique film.
It's unique. It's a film. It's definitely a film.
So, deep within the tapestry of American folklore, particularly resonant in the state of Ohio, lies the curious tale of the Loveland Frogman, also known variably as the Loveland Frog, or less commonly the Loveland Lizard. This entity occupies a unique niche in the annals of cryptozoology, the study of hidden or unknown animals whose existence remains unproven. The creature is typically described as a humanoid frog, standing roughly 3 to 4 feet tall, allegedly encountered on multiple occasions in the vicinity of Loveland, Ohio. Obviously the core mystery surrounding Froggy over here is, what is it? Is it an undiscovered biological species? Is it loads of misidentifications of known animals? Is it a purely folkloric construct passed down through generations? Is it the result of elaborate hoaxes?
Or is it, as is the case with the punk frogs from Ninja Turtles, some sort of radioactive toxic waste mutation situation?
Yeah.
All possibilities. Because they did find a 3-eyed fish, didn't they? I'm sure they did. It's something the Simpsons predicted that came.
Ah, another one of those.
I was reading a list of things they predicted, and I'm sure it said they did find a mutated fish with 3 eyes.
Well, you get mutations naturally in nature.
Well,
Or it could be all the radiated
yeah, it could be that as well.
you say they're natural, but they're freaks, aren't they? Let's be honest, they're freaks.
You'd bash your heads in.
They
When
should
you
be-
see
yeah,
us
they
look at
should
them,
be.
you'd stove their heads in.
Heads
Well,
should
that's
be
how
stoved
we
in.
evolve, isn't it? Mutations.
But
Some are good, some are bad.
do we know if this humanoid frog is sentient? Does it speak? Does it communicate?
Does a bit, yeah.
Just
we'll
a
get
bit.
into
There
it.
is some gesticulation, let's say.
Does make a vocalization.
You know, if you said ribbit, it'd be like, oh,
You speak
Ribbit.
the language.
ribbit.
My mother was what?
Ribbit! Ribbit!
So, let's have the 1955 encounter. This is the genesis of the modern Loveland Frogman legend, and typically traced back to the bizarre encounter in 1955. Often specified as occurring in May, although the precise date does remain elusive. The account originates from a witness whose identity and profession varies across retellings, sometimes described as an anonymous businessman or travelling salesman, other times identified specifically as Robert Honeycutt, potentially a short order cook. Obviously, that's not good in
Nope.
terms of what you want in a sighting, an official report. It does kind of say that it's a bit of an oral tradition, maybe.
Yeah.
Fluidity and witness identification.
Yes.
Well, you all know we can't trust eyewitnesses.
Well, this is an issue, isn't it? We should be able to trust eyewitnesses now because they're always filming on their fucking phone.
It's very true. Yeah.
It's still weird, you know. If something's happening, the last thing on my mind is getting my phone out.
It's not that you can't trust eyewitnesses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's
They do
it
get it
can
wrong.
be. Yeah, they can get it wrong. Yeah.
Your memory's not foolproof.
Your memory is...
Because every time you remember
not good.
something, you're remembering a copy of a memory of a thing. It's like you're remembering the last time you thought about it, not the actual time it happened.
Then your brain will fill
That
in the
makes
gaps.
sense. Yeah, and you know that's how stories evolve over time and
People
stuff.
tell the story to somebody and then they exaggerate it a little bit more and that replaces the original memory.
Yeah.
And it's sort of over time, it gets worse, doesn't it? Obviously, you want to get eyewitnesses' accounts as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Fresh
you
in
do.
their mind.
You do. Well, according to this bloke, whoever he was driving late at night around 3:30 a.m. near Loveland, possibly in the Branch Hill area, or along Hopewell Road. I thought it was Hopwell there. That would have been nice. It was then he purportedly observed 3 distinct figures standing by the roadside, sometimes specified as being near or on or under a poorly lit bridge spanning the Little Miami River. And this detail of multiple creatures stands in stark contrast to the solitary figures reported later in the 1972 police encounters. So you got 3 of them stood under a bridge, and they all rounded like a steel drum on fire, like warming their hands. Like these are they're just homeless guys.
Yeah.
Were they wearing Hawaiian shirts?
This is something I need to know.
Did he have to answer a series of riddles to get across the bridge?
I'm still obsessing over the punk frogs. I'm trying to find out their names. You remember their names? You ready?
God, no.
Go on, no, I can't remember the name of
The
them.
leader was called Attila the Frog,
Right.
and we had Genghis Frog, Napoleon Bonafrog, and Rasputin the Mad Frog.
Genghis Frog, not Genghis.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Shut up, you middle class twat.
It's not because I'm just pronouncing it correctly. It's Genghis.
I'm not a fucking history presenter, am I?
Dan
Genghis.
Carlin says it that way, and I'm going with Dan Carlin.
You know what I meant full well,
You're saying...
despite correcting me. It's
I have
incredibly
to.
rude.
I do it on the other show all the time. I can't let you off.
Well,
How
There
come
was-
they all had evil names then?
well, if I remember the episode correctly, they started off as enemies and then became friends
Right.
by the end of it. And then I think they had their own. They appeared in another episode, I think. I had it on a VHS tape as a youth.
Yeah.
You know, I used to have tapes for like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punk frogs. Awesome. Better times.
Well, in some respects.
So what were these frogs up to then?
So, in 1972, we get police encounters, and the description provided paints a picture of uncanny beings standing bipedally at a height of 3 to 4 feet.
I think this is still the 55 one.
Ah, right, okay. So the bipedal, 3 to 4 feet, greyish leathery skin, webbed hands and feet, and distinctly frog-like faces or heads. This could be anyone from Burnley.
Yeah.
Could be aliens.
Could be aliens. Some accounts derived from the honeycut version add further peculiar details, such as deep wrinkles on the head where hair would normally be, lopsided chests and arms of uneven length. Again, could be Burnley. The witness reportedly stopped his car and observed the creatures for several minutes as they stood by the road, perhaps, quote, conversing or gesticulating. An eyewitness sketch, allegedly based on this encounter, circulated within cryptozoological literature, providing a visual anchor for this legend. The most striking, unusual element of the 1955 report is the wand. It's a vibration wand. They got under there to have a good time, hadn't they?
Well, so they were at the side of the road having a wank.
Yes.
A big group wank.
Group wank.
Ribbit.
One of the creatures is said to have held aloft a device, described variously as a wand, a metal cylinder, or a dark chain or stick, which emitted a spray of sparks sometimes specified as blue-white. This display reportedly startled the witness, prompting him to flee the scene.
Is it a hollow whip?
I would as well.
So, these frogs, if they've got this wand, let's call it a wand, and it's like spitting out sparks,
Yeah.
like it's a fucking Tesla coil about to zap you, that suggests an element of intelligence and technology, doesn't it?
Yep.
Well, yeah.
So is that a case of these are aliens then?
Well, there might
Could have been a sparkler.
You could have found a sparkler.
Or maybe they're a subspecies we've never discovered that's evolved, and and they have a similar level of intelligence to us. Perhaps higher. Perhaps they're interdimensional,
Maybe.
slipping in and out. Yeah. I mean, it sounds to me like some people say it's a chain, and the sparks and that. It could be like a hollow whip type thing.
Yeah. That would explain the vibrating wand as well.
Which is, I don't want to be laser whipped
No.
by a 3 foot tall frogman. It's fucking terrifying because he'll be getting like the backs of your legs and do you know what I mean? He'll cut you down and then he'll be on the floor and they'll
Like a
swarm
pig,
you.
boy.
Oh god.
All of a sudden you mean frog sex.
Ribbit. Do they have penises?
Imagine so.
Probably.
I don't know how frogs fuck. I have seen frogs fucking actually. Yes, I have. They do it doggy fashion.
There you go.
Yeah. Or they were having a very enthusiastic cuddle. I was wandering home drunk and like I nearly trod on it. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, that's a big frog. Got my phone torch out and I was like, oh, it's 2 frogs being very friendly. And I realised at that point I'd become an unwitting frog pornographer
Yes.
because I was pointing my phone at this filthy incident.
It was literally frogging, wasn't it?
Perhaps when I joined in, that might have been what created.
Well, also,
Perhaps I'm the father of these frogmen.
Did you go back in time? Did you do this?
Yeah. Or it could have been some other
wouldn't you have
pervert.
killed the frog?
It could have been some other pervert who fucked a frog. We haven't thought of that
They'd
option.
have to have a very small penis.
Could be a hybrid or a very big frog.
Oh, yes.
Combination of the two. Maybe somebody artificially. It could be the result of some sort of fuckery. Maybe the Anunnaki, when they seeded the monkeys and created us, they might have done a few. They might have tried other animals first.
Yeah.
And they could be a leftover of some previous experiments.
So let's try the frogs.
Yeah,
They're pretty funky. Let's try them.
but they couldn't get them any taller than 3 foot,
No.
and they kept wanking
Yeah, they're just constantly obsessed with wanking.
and shoving their laser whips up their bums.
And doing it all under a bridge as well.
So they killed them off and went with the monkeys, but a few survived. Perhaps it's just a theory. It's a working theory.
As good as any.
I look forward to reading it when it's fully written
I'm
up.
going to write a 500-page book. The Man Who Fucked a Frog.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
God, Amazon really will publish anything nowadays, won't they?
Well, beauty of self-publishing and print on demand, Ben. Be your own publisher.
Yeah.
No one can stop you.
Manifesto coming soon.
I can feel an idea percolating as we speak.
Can't help us.
So the wand, the display also reportedly obviously ran away. Some versions also mention a particular odour like almonds or alfalfa. I don't know what that is. Any ideas?
No.
Associated
Google it.
with the encounter site. The inclusion of this technological or seemingly magical element significantly differentiates the 1955 account from typical cryptid reports, pushing it towards a realm of science fiction or high strangeness, potentially linking it to UFO phenomena as suggested by the involvement of UFO reporter Leonard Stringfield in documenting the Honeycutt version. This wand is conspicuously absent from the more grounded police reports of 1972, raising questions about embellishment, misinterpretation, or a fundamental shift in the nature of the reported phenomena over time, or he made it all up.
Well, I may have changed my mind on having sex with a frog, or particularly these ones, because it says that
Alfalfa?
alfalfa is a a valuable forage crop and green manure used for livestock feed and soil improvement. So they smell like shit.
Shit and almonds.
3 foot tall frogmen
God.
who smell like shit, and they've got laser whips.
Is it not turning you
and
on?
magic wands. No, it's not turning me on.
Oh, then I'll be getting 5 pints in you.
Well,
You've had worse.
yeah. Wouldn't be the worst thing I've done.
So 17 years after the initial roadside report, the Loveland Frogman legend surged back into public consciousness with a pair of encounters involving local law enforcement officers. These sightings, documented through official channels, lent a degree of credibility often absent in cryptid cases, and it solidified the frogman's place in regional folklore. The first incident occurred around 1 a.m. on March 3rd, 1972. Oh, March 3rd, my birthday. Obviously not 1972.
How are the two things related?
Well, it's the same day. I like it when things happen on March 3rd.
Of course you do.
You know.
Ben's Day.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll all be celebrating that soon.
Oh, yes. Mandatory. The police will come and remove you from my house and put you in the street. Give you a beer and push you on the dance floor.
No, as long as nobody makes me do anything bizarre.
Oh, no. Well, not unless you want it to happen, who knows? Who knows what's going on? I'm obviously at the better one.
Yes. Right, so
I've lost where I am.
where did we get to? The first incident?
March 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes. This happened near the Toots Boot Factory, adjacent to the Lower Miami River, where an unidentified animal darted across the road. The road conditions were purportedly icy, caught fully in its headlights. Shockingly, the officer described the creature as being 3 to 4 feet tall or long, weighing an estimated 50 to 75 pounds, and possessing leathery skin. He observed it initially crouched like a frog, but then it stood erect and stared directly at him, and then climbed over the guardrail, disappearing down the embankment towards the river. Shockley reported the incident, and subsequent investigation by fellow officers, including Mark Matthews, reportedly found scrape marks or abrasions on the guardrail where the creature crossed, though photographic evidence of these marks seems to be unavailable, which is just what they'd want you to think.
It's classified. The X-Files came and took them.
That's it. Mulder and Scully turned up,
Yeah.
took everything. There ain't no frogman here.
No.
And just 2 weeks later, on March 17th, 1972, Officer Mark Matthews had his own encounter in the same vicinity, possibly around 6 a.m. Spotting what he initially believed as roadkill or an injured animal, Matthews stopped his cruiser. As he approached or slammed his car door, the creature reportedly rose from its crouched position. Matthews' initial description largely mirrored Shockley's, though some accounts mention him reporting a tail, which was absent in Shockley's report and the 1955 description. One contemporary newspaper report even mentioned Matthews claiming the creature stuck out a forked tongue. Reacting quickly, Matthews discharged his firearm at the creature. The creature apparently hit or startled, then hobbled or scurried over the guardrail and vanished towards the river. Ah, the American police not letting us down.
Could have shot an alien or the last surviving example of a lost species. He's like, fuck!
Yeah,
I mean, it was completely unarmed. It didn't come at him.
no, he did show it. It's coming right for us.
That was an unnecessary shooting, in my opinion.
It put a forked tongue out at him.
Well, that's not a crime, is it, to have a forked tongue?
It might be in the state of Ohio.
What did he think it was? A giant snake?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'd have freaked out a bit. I'm surprised it took him so long to discharge a firearm.
Well, yeah.
I'd have done it as soon as it stood up. Ah, fuck!
The only thing he'd have shot any quicker would have been a black guy.
Yay! Possibly. I don't know the official statistics.
Well, we know he shot the fucking frogman, bastard. He could have just shot Rasputin.
Yeah,
Or
not the mad frog.
Could have been Napoleon Bonaparte and he just shot him in the fucking leg.
Well, Matthews had a revised account, which was covered by regional newspapers like the Cincinnati Post. He claimed he had actually recovered the creature's body and identified it as a large tailless iguana. This later explanation, while offering a mundane solution, presents its own set of challenges, particularly the environmental context of the sightings. The cold, icy conditions of early March in Ohio seem incongruous with the activity level described for a large, cold-blooded reptile like an iguana. It's not going to be out in that condition, is it? Furthermore, the escalation from Shockley's observation to Matthews firing upon the creature marks a shift in the reported interactions, perhaps reflecting different perceptions or reactions. I think, out the three, the second one's a bit more precise, isn't it?
Yep.
The third one, considering it's a police officer, is terrible, and the first one could be folklore.
Well, I think it's ninja frogmen.
Ninja mutant frogs.
Well, no, I think, all seriousness, I think my first theory, the Anunnaki involvement, they were one of the experiments. They tried it with frogs first. They spunked up a frog before they spaffed in a monkey.
Is there nothing they won't spaff on?
No, they spaffed in everything, all sorts of things. There was bird people, they tried it all.
Oh, things could have been pretty fun.
But monkeys, obviously, because we've got these big old bonces now, haven't we? With our superior human minds. We're better than frogs. They're stupid.
I think we can beat up a frog.
Easy.
And they're spindly little legs, haven't they?
Especially if it's 3 to 4 feet.
In fact, you know what? I don't think we should concern ourselves. If anything, we should send the French.
I think they could be cute little. Like, imagine how, if they're 3 foot tall. Imagine how cute they'd look if you started putting like human clothes on them.
Oh no, they still look weird.
Maybe it was a Frenchman.
Could have been from Hartlepool. You know, with a little hoodie on him, he'd look cool, wouldn't he?
No, he'd look like a
If
frog.
they
in
look
a
like
hoodie.
they're doing that picture, you know, you give them some trousers. You know, I just think they'd look cool. My little mate, my little frog, is Napoleon Bonner frog.
It'd be handy if you're out. There's a load of flies about.
He'll
isn't
kill
there?
all the
Yeah,
bugs,
yeah.
all the bugs in the house. You know, you just hang out together. He might smells like cow shit apparently, but you can put aftershave on a frog, I imagine.
Well, they probably stink like shit because they live in a swamp. If he's living in your house, it might be different.
Well, he can have his own bath that he can go and have a swim round and a soak in. I just think it'd be a fun little pet, a bit like Baby Yoda but taller. You know what I mean?
I'd quite like a micro pig.
Could be fun. Well, yeah, but you can't really put clothes on a micro pig.
I bet you could if you tried hard enough.
Well, probably. Somebody probably has. In fact, they definitely have.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just imagining hanging out with my little frog, mate.
He'd be a bit slimy though.
I'm not going to touch him. Like, you know,
Hug.
I could maybe teach him to play like something basic like Pong or something on the Atari. Playing Pong with me frog boy.
Couldn't you just interact with a human?
Put him in a pram. Put him in a pram. Or push him round in his pram.
What is he doing? Your surrogate son?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I've adopted him. He's got a hoodie on. Look, his little hoodie.
He's my frog baby.
He's 3 foot tall, you know. Yeah, it'd be great. Not so good.
Enroll him in the local primary school.
Not so good if we're wandering around town and somebody's got like an English Mastiff or something and it just runs off with him, shakes him to death. No! Napoleon Bonner Frog! Oh, why?
That name doesn't even work. It's just shit.
What? Attila the frog, Genghis the frog, Rasputin the mad frog. None of it really works.
No.
Well,
They didn't put much thought into that, did they?
No.
No. Not as good as Leonardo and, you know, all those guys.
Oh yeah, couldn't they have named him after some really shit painters?
Well, what do you guys think about the Frogman?
Let's focus on like the consistencies, right? They've all said that the
Okay.
height's right, the appearance is right. You know. But the reports are terrible, aren't they?
Well,
Let's be honest.
they're a bit loosey-goosey.
I mean, the second one's actually not too bad. That's like a proper report. But the third one, because that's a police officer, is terrible. The first one, he might as well just be a legend. Like the parents used to warn the kids, don't go in them, don't go near there at night. The Frogman will have you.
Well, yeah, there's no evidence where that report came from.
The Frogman's domain. That sounds like somewhere you don't want to be.
Yeah. They have all been in the same area, I guess, which can be a positive or a negative.
Could be really fuck ugly dwarfs.
Could be. Could be. I mean, they'd all be out of work at that point in March because panto season's over.
They don't do panto in the US, do they? It's strictly a British thing, I think.
It is. They do have circuses, though.
Well, maybe circus season's over. Well, what if there were some dwarves who'd done panto in the UK and were going on an American road trip?
And they decided to cover themselves in shit.
Yeah, maybe their septic tank exploded.
And they decided to live in the swamp covered in shit.
Well, it might be that this is older than 1955.
Ancient Anunnaki.
So it might have deeper roots in the region's history. Some researchers propose a connection between the Loveland Frogman and the Shawnahook, a figure from the folklore of the Twitty, Miami and potentially Shawnee Native American tribes who historically inhabited the Little Miami River Valley. The Shawnahook, translating roughly to river demon, was described as bipedal, noseless creatures with a frog-like face and reptilian skin, believed to guard the riverbanks and possess immortality. Given the similarities in description and location, it is possible that the modern Loveland Frogman legend represents a later iteration, adaptation, or perhaps even a replacement of this older indigenous folklore, a common occurrence in areas with shifting cultural populations. I mean, thing is though, it's like there's a legend about fucking everything, these Native Americans, and they got something for everything. Oh, the ant people, the frogmen, the great brothers from beyond the stars.
That's how they explain things, wasn't it?
Or it's all true.
Or it's all true.
Maybe they are aliens, and maybe they, every now and again, they come to Ohio, the same river.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where they were spawned.
Maybe. Yeah.
Might be their favourite holiday spot.
Yeah.
It's like the Riviera for them. Oh, they'll love it. No one bothers you.
Yeah.
Occasionally you see some natives trotting around, but they don't really bother you. We told them we were demons once.
Although be careful, if it's a policeman, he will execute you.
Well, maybe they haven't been for a bit, and they weren't expecting us to be. Where'd they get their firearms from?
They had bows and arrows last time.
Yeah.
Okay, now, typical man. We'll shoot anything, won't we?
Yes. It's a 3 foot tall frog, I think, coming out of the gloom at you. Personally, I'd be shooting first and asking questions later.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I'd just scream and run. In all honesty. I'd scream if I see a normal frog.
I mean, I'm going to scream because I'm going to be like, fuck!
Right.
What's that?
I came out the front door and there was a frog in the middle of the pavement not long ago, and I was like, where the fuck did you come from?
I like a frog. Got nothing against him. I wouldn't.
Don't want it to touch me or jump on me. Oh, fucking hell, that would really give me the willies if it jumped at me.
You just said earlier you want to sit next to a frog boy all day.
Yeah, but he'll have an
You
hoodie.
think he's going to get about in the house? He's going to hop around on all fours?
No, he walks. He'll have a hoodie on. He's
Yeah,
cool.
his back legs will get tired. He'll have to sort of sit on all fours for a bit.
I told you I'm going to push him round in a pram.
My sister does that with her dog.
Oh, there you go, see. But my pram will have to have,
right.
it'll have to have a fish tank in it, won't it, with some water,
Yeah.
so he can slosh about.
He's 3 to 4. He's going to need like an 8 foot tank.
Well, I could put wheels on it and wheel it round.
Because he's like 4 foot tall. He's going to need at least an 8 foot
They're
tank.
not in water all the time.
No, but he's going to have to want to stretch out. He's going to swim around in
He
it.
could put his hoodie on and come out for the day with me. Come
Well, you
sit in
need-
the pub.
I think you need to keep him like rehydrated by spraying water on his skin every now and again.
I'll rehydrate him in the pub. He can have a pint.
I'll make him more dehydrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tomorrow it will. Give him water.
Yeah, but he needs water on his skin, doesn't he?
Ah, fuck him. It's too
He
much.
lasted half a day.
It's too much bother.
He's dead now. Couldn't be ours.
I fed him to the dogs.
Yeah, I let some English Mastiff run off with him. No. Oh, fuck that.
Conversation was shit.
If I had a gun, I'd have shot him. If he was intelligent and I was able to teach him or get somebody else to teach him kung fu, that sort of thing, that would be worthwhile, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah.
You know, I'd
yeah.
be his version of Splinter. You know, that'd be fun. I could, if he was strong, you could set him on people, couldn't you? That would be good. He could break legs and ankles and bite people. And, you know, people would learn not to fuck with us. Oh, it's that weirdo and frog boy.
The police would just come in and shoot it.
Well,
Yeah,
more than likely.
Well, we'd have to live in the sewers, wouldn't we? And life in the shadows.
Jesus.
A ninja stays in the
Well,
shadows.
this just sounds awful. You've gone from sitting on the sofa playing Pong to living in the sewer.
Ninja, vanish!
He's covered in, and then he will stink of shit.
Well, it's a...
So will you.
It's a...
This is all your
It's
fault.
destiny. Well, he'll solve crimes. We'll just live. We'll have a little sewer. You've seen the turtles. They make it nice and homely. It'll be like that. We can still play Pong,
Eat pizza.
and he'll be a superhero kung fu master, and I will have the satisfaction of solving crimes, won't I? With my ninja son. Don't shit on my dreams. So what if we live in the sewer?
You come from sitting on the sofa to living in the sewer.
We'll have a sofa in the sewer.
But it's still the sewer.
It's just the basement. Think of it that way.
But all the
It's always flooded with shit.
giant fucking rats.
Well, they wouldn't come
Spiders
near
as
you.
big as...
To be fair, because with Frog Boy
Oh, I
there,
suppose, yeah.
you probably eat them.
Yeah, he'll sort them out. Who knows? Perhaps we won't have
So
to.
you have some underground kingdom then, isn't it?
Yeah, like the turtles.
I don't like where
Doesn't
this is
seem
going.
very
Mike.
glamorous, does it?
Well, you have to make sacrifices to be a hero.
You're going to get the internet down there.
Yeah, of course we will. Cables, Ethernet.
No wireless though.
Well, no, we'd be stronger than that. Straight from the source, none of this Wi-Fi bullshit. Anyway, look. Back to the real frog. Could it have been a fucking iguana?
It could have been.
After all that.
Yeah.
I'm not
But
fucking...
you don't know though, because Mark Matthews, the officer, he publicly recanted the
Frogman story.
the
Yeah.
Frogman report, stating that the creature he encountered and shot was in fact a large iguana, approximately 3 to 3.5 feet in length, which was missing its
But
tail.
it doesn't mean that that was the same one as the other sin.
No.
Could be two different animals. Two different incidents.
Matthews further claimed that he removed the iguana's body, showed it to Officer Shockley, and Shockley confirmed it was the same animal he'd seen 2 weeks prior. Yeah.
Okay, let's prepared that one then.
Well, or has he been told to say that by the government?
He didn't say that at the time, did
Didn't
he?
say that at the time.
Prick. Changing the story.
And he actively promoted this version later in life, contacting news media in 2016, following a resurgence of interest in the legend, and expressing frustrations that authors of urban legend books had supposedly omitted the crucial iguana identification from his story.
Maybe he just got fed up of being known as the Nutter.
Yeah,
Local Nutter.
yeah.
And changed his story.
Well, this is it. I mean, it could be what he might have said. He goes, you know what? It was an iguana. He's lying to himself.
Yeah.
He can't deal with what he saw.
Yeah.
So no, he just lies. No. Or
He's had
the
a
government
visit.
got to him.
Yeah.
Or the Native Americans got to him. Like, don't you go near them. You shot one of our frogmen.
Oh yeah, he gets some creepy like shaman turning up, threatening him.
Yeah, you shot a frogman. They've got.
Yeah, we're gonna curse you, motherfucker. Oh, the Men in Black
Men in Black.
went round to see him. Said, "Oi, you're gonna stop telling people about the Frog Boys."
But if it was an iguana, why is it out in March 1972? Sightings were cold and icy, the weather was, with temperatures near or below freezing, and iguanas, being reptiles, are cold-blooded and typically become lethargic or immobile in such temperatures, making the described activity, scurrying, standing up, climbing a guardrail, seem highly
It
improbable.
wouldn't just be immobile, it'd be dead. Icy conditions, a reptile.
Unless they'd found somewhere warm to be, but even so,
Under
it's
the
not going to be
car,
doing
maybe.
a lot. It's not going to be doing a lot, is it?
No.
It's still going to be not warm enough for it to be. And both encounters say that it climbed over the fence. They both agree with that, and iguanas wouldn't be doing that, would
No.
they?
They couldn't survive, surely.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Here's a possibility that his motivations for the changing of the story might have included facing ridicule within the police department or attempting to protect Officer Shockey's reputation. Matthew's active efforts later in life to control the narrative, insisting on the iguana explanation, highlight the tension between an original witness's account and how it becomes transformed within folklore. And that's right. He might have been trying to protect his mate.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks later, I saw it, I shot it, it was this fucking... Maybe he went and paid for an iguana and released it and shot it.
Yeah.
It's extreme lengths to protect your mate. I'm not shooting an iguana for either of you two, alright? I wouldn't expect you to do the same for me.
Well,
You can shoot a person if you want to.
can you get 3 foot tall, 3 foot long iguanas
I imagine so.
with no tail? Why has it got no tail?
I don't know, maybe this one had lost its tail somehow.
It was lying on the road, wasn't it?
Right.
Maybe it'd been a traffic accident.
Could have got run over.
Or he deliberately bought the iguana
Could have
and
been.
released it from his car.
Cut its tail off.
Yeah.
Sick fuck. I don't like this Matthews fella.
There is the possibility that deliberate hoaxes. A 2016 sighting reported by Sam Jacobs and his girlfriend near Lake Isabella while playing Pokemon Go. The accompanying photos and video were widely deemed dark, grainy and unconvincing. Analysis revealed suspicious elements such as overly bright, possibly artificial eye shine, and a strong resemblance to a commercially available solar-powered frog garden statue. Mark Matthews says it's also a hoax. So he's obviously the authority on this now, so... He wasn't no frog.
It was an iguana. Well, that doesn't explain the ancient myth, does it?
No?
No.
But would that myth be around? No, that myth would still be floated around somewhere within the region, wouldn't it? It wouldn't have died out. There's still
Some of them.
descendants of, it'd be like a local legend, wouldn't it? I mean, but say this, getting a cryptid in your area does boost your tourism.
Have you thought about that for Dorley?
Yeah,
Creating
cryptid.
some sort of myth?
The Pigman Mare.
No,
Dorley.
we're not genetically splicing a pig.
Dorley's
in a man.
famous for the pig, isn't it, that looked over the
No,
wall?
it's famous for
What?
Captain Webb swimming the channel, Mike. No, it's not famous for the pig on the wall.
It's
That's a
famous-
famous story.
The famous story
That is a famous story.
But it's
I-
not, it's, the
what happened?
town is famous
Have
for
you ever heard
Captain
it?
Webb.
Oh, you're new to Dorley, aren't you?
Yeah, what happened? A pig
Okay,
looked
so
over the
Captain
wall.
Webb, who 150 years ago swum the English Channel, first
Yeah.
man to swim the English Channel, was from Dorley,
Right.
bit of a mad lad.
Right.
And he then had a parade,
Right.
like Dorley's most famous son, and they're parading all through the Dorley and through the little Dorley. It was,
Yeah.
I think it was at the Unicorn pub, and they kept pigs in the garden. And one of the pigs famously stood up on the wall to watch the parade go by.
Right.
And it was like almost like the pig was saluting in a way and watching the parade. And these two blokes sat next to it, right, on the wall. And someone took a picture, and it went viral. Like 18...
And then they made it the mayor.
No, basically. And it was the pig on the wall photo.
Yep.
That's all it is.
I went to Captain Webb Primary School, guys.
Yeah.
And
And they made him be the pig on the wall in the plays.
no, is it the emblem? Would you say
Yeah,
Yeah.
the logo.
the logo was a pig
On a wall.
peering over a wall?
Oink. Come on, you little pigs. Oh dear. Well, what a
So,
thing.
you know, trying to think of a cryptid, you mix in
The Dorley Pig Man.
Dorley Pig
making the
Man.
mayor.
And one of us.
Why would we make him the mayor, Mike?
And what we can do, if we get a pig, a real pig's head, hollow it out, wear it like a mask. I'm sure you could maybe get a rubber one, but the real pig's head would be more terrifying.
Yeah, but it would start to rot.
Yeah,
Need
but then
several pigs'
just
heads.
jump out on a few women late at night and go rah, and then run off. Right, the myth will start spreading
This
through
is
town.
Dorley, mate. The women ran Dorley.
Oh yeah, they'll beat the fuck out of you.
Of course it would, yeah.
Bottle you in the pig head. Take it home and cook it.
Maybe if you watch them from the bushes.
Ooh. Well, I'll be doing that anyway, so I might as well put my pig head on. It's just normal Friday.
I think we should just keep it as the pig man of Dorley. I don't think you need to go out there and do anything.
The pigman mayor.
No, it's not the mayor. Dorley has a mayor, and we don't need to. We
You've
don't
got to
need
get
to
the
replace
myth
him.
to spread somehow, though, haven't you?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll
They're
declare him.
that backward in Dorley. They voted a pig.
Just because it stood on a fucking
What are you
wall.
saying about, first
It's
of all, this
special.
wonderful... what
It
you-
stood on that wall.
It was just like a viral photo.
Well, there's lots of viral things in Dorley.
I don't know what you're saying, but it's a wonderful town and a vibrant community.
I couldn't agree more. There you go.
So we've got to doctor some old photos.
Yeah. Hollow out a pig's head.
Just use AI.
We could just use AI, it'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Well, there is that, but then you haven't got the fun of chasing women down the street with a pig's head on your head.
I think the police get called for that, Gaz.
Screaming, bacon!
Are these women going to be an ethnic nature, Gaz?
Well, no,
Well,
I'm not
particular religious
racist.
faith.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Because that seems to be okay. You know, I know that a lot of the far right
No.
like to shout bacon at a certain group of
Well,
people.
that was not my intention at all. Moving on.
Right. Well, regardless of the objective reality of these sightings, the Loveland Frogman has hopped firmly into the realm of regional folklore and the broader American cryptid subculture. It's now got a load of books, websites and media dedicated to the mysterious creature.
And one extra podcast episode.
And one extra podcast. There was a musical, a
Really?
full-fledged bluegrass musical titled Hot Damn, It's a Loveland Frog. It went to the Cincinnati Fringe Festival and revived for its 10th anniversary in 2024. There you go, it comes to weave. Oh, look, I could tell. It's a
Go on,
blue-
what does it do? Go on.
Well, it weaves together elements from the reported sightings with comedic embellishments like moonshiners and puppet sequences, transforming the cryptid tale into a riotously funny but infectiously endearing stage production.
Oh, that sounds great.
Sounds alright, doesn't it?
There's festivals.
I don't know about the bluegrass.
There's the annual Frogman Festival. And the city has hosted a Return of the Frogman celebration. It's going to be planned as a recurring leap year event. Yay. And of course, the city of Loveland has officially adopted the Frogman as its mascot in 2023, depicted in a friendly frog print style, often shown engaging in local activities like biking or paddling. The mascot appears at city events and on merch, solidifying the Frogman's role as a unique symbol of Loveland's identity. So they don't want it to go away.
Of course not.
No?
That's their identity now.
Yeah. It's money.
Ain't no Frogman here and there never was.
You could buy, Frogman t-shirts, I imagine.
Of course you can. But it's like a pussy Frogman though, isn't it? He's like got a crown on and a sceptre and he's
Yeah,
pouncing
he's not
around.
coming out with his
I
hollow
want,
whip, is he?
I want
Whipping the children.
I want the raw Frogman. I want like that picture on the top of this article.
I fucked the Loveland Frogman. That's what it could say on the t-shirt. Or a picture.
Why did you jump straight to that for the first t-shirt?
A picture of a guy shagging a frog and it says frog spawn. No? I tell you what, you guys do the merchandise.
You ain't got the jelly. For the Frogman.
Or the jelly could be like frog spawn.
Oof. Oh, I hope my little frog mate doesn't excrete frog spawn everywhere. Where does a frog spawn come out
Well,
of?
from the female. If it's a male, it wouldn't, would it?
Oh, that's alright then. So I'll definitely end up shooting him on the first day. He's fucking spunking all over the fucking... He's just like the
What it'd do in its
Exorcist.
tank, wouldn't it?
He's just like the Exorcist, just fucking... Fucking hell. Looks like a plasterer's radio in here. Terrible idea from start to finish, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because at one point you end up in the sewers. So it just starts off bad and gets worse.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Well, it's weird the copper changes story.
I think it was ridicule, maybe.
Yeah.
He might be...
He's getting the piss taken out of him.
Well, yeah, and he might
Isn't
also
he,
be...
by
Of
his-
course, you shot the Frogman.
And he's probably sick of conspiracy people chasing him down and asking him questions, all these crypto people.
Yeah.
He's probably like, for fuck's sake, it was a fucking lizard. An iguana.
It's a fucking big iguana, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Wait, what are frogs? They're reptilians, aren't they?
Amphibians.
Amphibians, so they're not cold-blooded, are they?
No.
So that's perfectly plausible the frogs were standing around in the cold, then.
There you go.
Well, I'm going with the Frogman.
yeah.
Well, goes back to native Indian superstition.
Yeah, I think they come up to guard the riverbank.
Possibly with their hollow whips.
Yeah,
Fair play. Or they could be interdimensional.
could be interdimensional.
I still maintain they are a product of the Anunnaki's experimentations and animal...
You know what I think it is, don't you?
What?
Swamp
Oh.
gas.
Oh, that's the perfect place for
It's got to
it.
be in it.
High as a kite.
God damn.
Shooting iguanas.
Yeah. Little Timmy's iguana had escaped.
Hallucinating about frogmen. Well,
Oh, fucking hell, yeah, that could... Mike, you might have nailed it. You might have nailed
Been
it.
waiting to say that all episode. Till the end.
Well, on that note, on that bombshell, that Mike might actually have solved the entire thing.
yeah,
That's why he's a science officer.
there you go.
Right, so I've been Ben. Thank you very much for listening. Don't do the same, please don't try and call.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
Hi guys, 3-bit Tannen, goodbye.